So we've had a little bit of an oopsie. All of this debris is debris from the chimney that we knocked down last week. And down the bottom of this hole should be, well, a pool of water, and it's not. And it's come down from this hole in the ceiling here, which is basically a hole from the chimney. And this should be a nice stream of water, and it will go outside to this little river that runs down the side of our house, which should be a nice torrent of water. And it comes from, if I quickly trot up here, sorry, I'm not very good at trotting. Our etang, and our pond has risen a good, I don't know, 15 centimetres overnight, and that is because obviously that little stream has blocked. The lighting's not brilliant, but hopefully you can see the water's now flowing freely. So hopefully that's problem cured. As you can see, this lime mortar on the back of the house is absolutely soaked right through. And all the mortar, lime mortar underneath, needs raking out as well. And basically it never dries the whole year round, because this side of the house doesn't get much sun because it's shaded by trees. So what we've got to do is just chisel it all off, and well, just to chisel it off is probably going to take a couple of days, but to rake out all the mortar in between, it's going to take, well, several days as well.
Hot work.
Yeah. I've done some quick calculations on how long it took me to clear that. There's 64 square metres of lime mortar on the back of the house, and in total I reckon it will take me nearly 50 hours to clear the back of the house, and that's because you have to put it all in a wheelbarrow and shift it all round to the barn, and then after that we've got to take it all down the déchetterie. So yeah, it's going to be quite time consuming. Now I bet some of you will be wondering how Mandy's doing with the chimney, so I'm going to go up and see.
Yeah, the concrete is so tough, it's easier to break the stone.
Yeah.
Than the concrete.
Yeah. I reckon it, well, the boiler looks like a, what, early 1970s?
I'd say 50s or 60s actually.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been on there a while, and we know what that era of cement concrete is like. It sticks. And this, people asked why we're chiseling it off, and the reason why, it's well and truly glued to the wall, but if you can see, there are pockets in the concrete which hold water, and those pockets hold an awful lot of damp, basically. So the water comes in to the chimney, goes into those pockets and gets stuck.
Well, and seeps into the house.
And then seeps into the house. So over a period of time,
I mean, this stone here,
yeah,
is so,
yeah, and the stones themselves hold water. They don't, you know, they're not completely impervious to water. So, you know, everything itself is a sponge. So, you know, it's a giant sponge stuck to the side of our house, basically. So you've got pockets that fill up with water, stones that hold moisture, and it's just one giant sponge glued to the side of our house, and there's a black stripe if we go into our bedroom on the wall.
Yeah, so this corner of the house here is so damp.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the guttering.
The guttering
is
is a main culprit, but you know, if we fix the guttering, the problem isn't magically going to disappear.
No, we will still have a problem because of this thing. I mean,
yeah, I mean, the guttering is a major cause, but you know, it's also this thing here, this monstrosity, and also it's not exactly pretty.
It's not pretty, and it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything.
Anyway,
It hasn't done anything for, you know, many decades.
Yeah. So we'll take it down now, under control,
Yeah.
so that in future years, because it's not used, you know, we don't want it falling into the road or anything.
No.
Because as you can see, the road is just down there.
Yeah, it's full of cracks. It's not stable. So, yeah, let's get rid of it. What people probably won't appreciate is just chipping away the remains of this chimney. It's been, right in the camera. It's been 2 days' work.
Yeah. I think because it's so hot as well, and it's so high, your arms get quite tired.
Yeah.
I mean,
We could really do an extra, I don't know, metre on the scaffolding. 6 metres would have been.
Or an extra 6 inches on my arms.
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
And also, because it is so high, I'm trying to be quite sensible.
Yeah.
You know,
It would shake the hell out of this scaffolding using STS hammer drill.
Yeah.
It's not the most stable. It is tied to, probably mentioned, it is tied to the house, but it would shake the hell out of it with an STS drill.
Yeah, well, it's just the fact it's so heavy, and I can't hold it up there and drill anyway.
Yeah.
So the top bit especially, I'm just going nice and slow and steady with it.
Yeah.
Having lots of breaks. And then when this bit comes down, everything will be so much easier then.
Yeah.
I can actually swing a sledgehammer at this bit down here.
Yeah.
If needs be. But again, I can't up there because it's too bloody high.
Yeah. And what people probably don't appreciate, we're actually 9 metres from the road. Yeah, high up here.
Yeah, if you just pan down there, you
Yeah.
can see how.
Yeah,
How
don't
high
even
we are.
see the road down there. That is 9 metres down. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's also, as well, having a controlled drop down of the chimney.
Yeah.
If that was to go crashing that way, it'll probably break the pipe down there. It'll,
Yeah.
you know, crash into the road.
Yeah.
Or that way, it'll break windows.
We're still not sure how strong this roof is. I know it's taken a battering so far, but we're not going to chance our luck.
No, not when we don't have to either.
No.
All it takes this is a little bit of time and effort, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Onwards and upwards.
Yeah. Mandy's about to take down quite a large section of chimney. We think it's 3, but yeah, it's going to be a biggie section.
It's not coming.
Yeah, and it appears not to be moving. They've definitely cemented this section on. It's being a bit of a pest, isn't it? The suspense is killing me.
As long as it's killing you and not me.
Yeah. That is really wobbling. Come on. Come on, you can do it. We got a bigger crowbar now. Sorry, but I'm filming into the sun. Whoa. Crikey. Wow. That wasn't That was a little bit dangerous.
That's why I put the harness on.
Yeah, that's why you put the harness on, love.
And that's why I stood on the metal and not the wood, because I've got a funny feeling that was going to happen.
Yeah. The scaffolding appears to have collapsed, my love.
It hasn't. Scaffolding's still stood.
Yeah.
The wooden board that's gone down.
Yeah.
But I was expecting that.
Yeah. Yikes.
That was good.
Did you enjoy that?
I did. I really did.
Bloomin' heck.
Wowzer.
Wowzer. Do you like a bit of danger in your life, my love?
I do. That's why I married you.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to get a few comments about that one.
I think we are. But worth it.
Worth it, was it? Oh.
That was the worst bit.
Yeah.
The tall bit. Now everything will be under control with a drill or a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
But at a reasonable height then.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to have to untie you now, you know that.
Or put a board up for me.
Yeah. I'll come and get some boards for you, my love, so you can get down.
Thank you.
That was rather exciting, wasn't it?
It was good fun.
Did you poop a little?
No, I really enjoyed it. Did you?
Well, I didn't quite know which way to point the camera because, like, a scaffolding board flipped one way. There were hammers, two lump hammers flipped another way, and the crowbar went the other way, and the ladders tilted another way, and the scaffolding kind of, well, everything was all going on and all at once.
Everything went everywhere, didn't it?
It did.
That's why I was sort of straddling this as opposed to stood on the board.
Yeah.
I kind of thought.
And a Frelon was buzzing my head as well, just to make things a bit more interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But it's down.
it's down, and you can actually see the state of the wall behind.
Yeah.
There's some real deep holes there.
It's
So-
dried out a little bit now. But
Yeah.
There's
So-
holes everywhere.
We're really going to have to poke the lime mortar into that. Yeah. Oh, and I've just noticed the state of the render between the bricks up there as well. So,
Yeah, well, there's a cracked brick there as well.
and the ants are making quite a home.
I think I've disrupted them.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we'll evict them.
yeah, and I don't know if you can see the huge, great holes in the guttering up there. So, yeah, that's why the guttering wasn't functioning.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to take a while to do the back of the house, but it'll be
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah, we've with the big lump at the top done, we can now, everything's a little bit more manageable, and it's not above our reach now, is it?
No, everything
So-
will be far easier.
We can actually lift things now, can't we? So hopefully everything's not going to be quite so dangerous. I bet you're really glad you were harnessed up though, because
Oh God, yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's one of the main reasons working up this high.
yeah,
To try and have the harness on when I'm working
yeah,
for things like that. But now, like I say, it's far more manageable. And
Yeah.
they're coming off in pieces now as opposed to huge chunks.
yeah.
So stone at a time.
Yeah, the wall behind the chimney has obviously got quite a few cracks in it, and insects, bugs and water have obviously made their way in, but I don't know if you can see here. Look at the size of some of these holes that obviously flies, wasps and chisels are now making their way in.
Yeah.
That is going in a good 20 centimetres in it easily. So water and everything will have absolutely no trouble making its way in, and this lime mortar has got no structural strength to it whatsoever.
It's
So
literally just crumbs now.
crumbs and dust.
Yeah.
And the problem what we would have is, if we were to apply a lime render with a spray gun, like a lot of people do, it would just sit on the surface. So what we would have to do first would be to apply a lime render the traditional way with our fingers first in a lot of areas, and virtually all of the wall, because this wall is in such a state, isn't it?
I think it's going to take a lot of lime mortar to sort this out.
So
well, you saw how big that hole was. For example, that all needs packing out with stone and lime mortar, so that it is then again solid.
So before we even think about whether we're going to go for a crappy finish or an exposed stone finish, we've more or less got to, go for an exposed stone finish first
to fix it.
Yeah. So my argument is I don't think the back of the house gets enough sun.
So it gets the first part of the morning, the sun rises over there, and then by 8-9 o'clock in the morning in summer, it's gone.
It's gone. So it's only getting
because of the trees there. We don't catch the evening sun.
It's only catching an hour of sun a day.
A few hours of sun.
Yeah.
Sun, you don't wake up early enough.
I know.
The sun gets up really early in summer.
But
it's not enough for the house, especially winter. Winter, it doesn't see any sunshine
at all, and you can get some really strong weather at times in this area. So
I mean, luckily for us, the back of the house tends not to get the wind doesn't come from this way. The wind comes from the other way, and the rain comes from the other way. And we've been here 2 years, and we haven't really had the weather hitting the back of the house since we've been here.
And the back of the house has got a more traditional look to it than the front. It's more farmhousey feel, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think, for me, I think the back of the house would look better with an exposed stone finish.
I do actually. Yes.
Whereas, the front of the house might look better with a crappy finish.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you just look, so you've got the brick surround of the windows and the door downstairs.
Yeah.
And then you've got the nice big granite blocks underneath the windows and all along the corner are the big granite blocks, and I think that would look really nice.
Yeah, I'm almost
just the line, the stone exposed on the back of the house.
Yeah, and with the big dressed stone blocks on the corner, I'm almost wondering whether it had an exposed stone finish originally. Anyway.
Possibly.
So, yeah. So my argument is to go for.
Well, like you say, you've got to do the lime mortar between the stones first anyway.
Yeah.
Before you put the finish on. Well, even if we do the finish that we're going to do, so the exposed stones to start with, and then we're not happy with it, and then we might go, well, actually next year let's put that on, but we don't need to do that straight away anyway.
No, so I think let the house talk to us and do what's best for the house.
Yeah, definitely.
Below the window here, the rendering was hiding an absolute disaster, and I think we've got to rake out to several centimetres deep and probably put a acro prop below the arch while we do it. And between these two windows here, again, where the guttering has leaked, we've got to rake out again to several centimetres deep. And yeah, it was hiding quite a disaster, the rendering there. So yeah, we got a bit of a job on our hands there. The new guttering is going on, and what we didn't realise is it's held on by 22 of these sort of, they're called crochets in France, metal hooks, and there's 22 beams that run sort of like diagonally down the roof line, and they're actually nailed in to these beams, and you have to remove the first 2 rows of slate tiles. And of course our roof is 150 years old, and our slate tiles don't take too well to being removed, and they're held on by these rather rusty old hooks. So not only do the tiles kind of fracture and break when you take them off, we have to replace these metal hooks with stainless steel ones. So yeah, we've replaced it with aluminium guttering all the way along, and of course it's obviously decided to rain in the meantime, so it's now just started to spit with rain, and we're forecast heavy rain for the afternoon. So the downpipe has now been removed just in time for the rain to start, so we're in a bit of a panic situation now. So we've only got halfway across, and we're going to bridge the gap in between the new guttering and the old on this side in the meantime, while obviously tips down with rain, and we've finished the old part off. But the old guttering was in even worse state than we thought. So yeah, it's panic stations currently. So yeah, it turned out to be a much harder job than we expected it to be. So yeah, it's quite a rush adrenaline ride at the moment. Yeah, look at the state of this old guttering. It is absolutely wrecked. The downpipes have got splits and tears in them, patches literally every couple of feet. The end caps are starting to come off, and it is torn to shreds. Little micro holes literally every couple of feet. So yeah, it literally, well, it died many years ago. It's been a pretty busy couple of weeks for us. Really exciting. Yeah, you had quite a lot of excitement, really.
I've had a smashing time.
Yeah, you haven't. Yeah. What we basically discovered was the rear of our house is in, some of it's in 15 to 20% of the back of our house is in dire condition.
Yeah, it was well hidden, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the rest of it isn't in too good a condition either, really. Yeah. So I think we've got to basically work in a bit of a tag team to get it sorted. One of us will sort of like have to remove or rake out the render, and the other person go behind
and fill it in quickly
behind, because if we were to remove all of it in one go, the rear of the house would just collapse. Yeah. So yeah, our original plan to remove it in all in one go, that's sort of gone to pot. So we've got the guttering sort of half done, and we're once we're sure that we got some dry days ahead, we get the rest of it done. So hopefully that'll be done by the end of the week, fingers crossed. But yeah, we'll see. And I
love your optimism.
Yeah,
whole of the house done by the end of the week.
Yeah, well, not the whole of the house, but So the chimney on the other hand, that'll get done when that's
still putting up a fight.
Yeah, that's putting up a huge fight. So yeah, we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, keep watching.
So as usual, folks, I'm sure you're going to leave some comments this week.
Health and safety.
And we'll see you soon. Au revoir.
Au revoir.